You read that right. We're wedding photographers in 2024 and we shoot Nikon exclusively. So there are a lot of reasons for this being the case, but I'm going to try my best to keep this as concise as possible in case you were actually considering getting into wedding photography and currently own a Nikon, or you're looking at purchasing your first camera and you're trying to figure out what it is that other people are using and what your options are. First reason, why the heck not a Nikon? Here are the facts. Nikon's been a staple in documentary photography, sports photography, and National Geographic since the dawn of cameras. I mean, who am I to question what the pros have been using for the last century, if anything? Second reason is the dual SD card slots. This camera comes readily equipped with dual SD card slots, which are a must if you're considering getting into wedding photography. Now you ask why? Well, if you never have to want to go to a client and tell them that all their photos are gone, then you probably want to have an immediate backup on your wedding day. And this is how we set up our card slots for dual recording on a wedding day. In the menu system, we make sure to set our primary card slot to record a RAW image and the secondary slot to record a JPEG. We have it set this way so that we can actually have smaller cards in our secondary slots, which saves us a little bit of money, while it also still saves our butts if our main card corrupts, because our goal is always to get our photos as close to the final image in camera anyways. Now the third reason is using f-mount lenses. So when we began our careers as photographers, we started out with Nikon DSLRs, and taking advice from all photographers everywhere, we actually started investing more money in lenses than we did in camera bodies, even though they were 12 years old. And we ended up with a large collection of f-mount lenses. And so when we decided to actually upgrade it to the Z5 system, we made sure that each camera came bundled with the FTZ or FTZ2 adapter, which allows us to use all of our f-mount lenses and not have to start fresh. And for anyone worried about the autofocus capabilities using the adapters, the autofocus is still worlds ahead of most DSLRs in the same price range. We've never had any focus issues. Fourth reason, battery life. The batteries in the Z5 are the relatively new ENEL 15C, and they're incredibly long lasting. We've got a ton of these batteries, but we've generally found that we only actually use 2 to 3 for entire 8 to 10 hour wedding days, which is incredible. Now the fifth reason is the tilt and touch screen. Coming from the old D600 series cameras from 2012, this touchscreen is worlds better than anything we've ever seen. Super responsive, super useful to make sure your focus is dialed in when you can't use your viewfinder. It's awesome. Now the sixth reason is colors, surprisingly enough. So we've worked with Nikon colors for so long that we've come to absolutely love and actually prefer them over Canon and Sony. And I mean, honestly, this is probably because we've been so familiar and become so familiar with the Nikon look, but we've actually also tailored our custom LUTs to actually precisely work with our raw Nikon images, hence why we actually love the Nikon colors so much. Now the last reason, it's mirrorless. A few years ago, we swore against mirrorless, believe it or not, and now here we are with only mirrorless cameras. The hands down best feature of a mirrorless camera is the ability to actually see your end result in your EVF or your rear screen, which lets you properly set your exposure and you know exactly what your image is gonna look like once you've taken it, which is a game changer. So those are our reasons for using the Z5 for wedding photography in 2024. Let us know in the comments, what are you using if you are a wedding photographer already, or what are you considering using if you're not already using the Z5? If you've had any challenges with the Z5, drop that in the comments too. We'd love to hear your opinion on anything Nikon. We'd love and appreciate if you drop a like and a sub if you enjoyed this or found this helpful, but I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.